Welcome. I'm going to take a look at the Bitcoin charts to see how long we still can stay up at those levels. And maybe afterwards I'll make another video about Litecoin because it's getting a halving. So I may take a look at Litecoin. Anyway, so we'll start with Bitcoin and I'll go into the screen share. Please read my disclaimer if you have not. And if you have any question, look around on my internet webpage, which the link is in the description of the video. The same thing for people who speak French and German. Please always read the disclaimer. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is extremely strong. It is still in an uptrend, and we still did not have any kind of correction. So what interested me is if we can stay at those levels for, let's say, one more month, since that's the time of the halving of Litecoin. So I would like to know if it's possible for us to stay up here, or if Bitcoin will crash straight away. Normally, you always get correction. You always get correction, so I'm expecting a correction now too. But I'm interested in how long we can stay at these levels, or if we can go a little higher. That's because it's the same ecosystem. I mean, if Bitcoin goes up, the other altcoin go up. If Bitcoin dumps, the other altcoin dump even more. Normally, it's like that. So that's what you have to expect. And for now, Bitcoin is going up, but can it sustain that kind of uptrend? Since this is an extremely long uptrend over a long period, and I'm not sure if we can, but we'll take a look. So let's just go over the TD sequential, as always, to see what TD sequential is saying. As you know, I'm taking notes, so I have to jump screens, but for you, you always see the charts. So we are on a 3 up with confirmation on the 30-minute chart, 3 up with confirmation on the 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart. We have a 6 up with confirmation, 6 up with confirmation. Last time I looked at, we were 9K, we are at 9.9, and TD sequential was saying up. So TD sequential worked over the last days. Now we are at 9.23, and we'll see what it says. 2-hour chart, we are on an 8 up with confirmation. 3-hour chart, we are on a 3 up with confirmation. Up with confirmation. So short term, we are in an uptrend. 4 out of 4. For hour, we are on an 8 up with confirmation. 5 hour, we are on a 9 sell. 6 hour, we are on a 1 up without confirmation. The 1 went higher than the 9, so it looks like a continuation 9, not a reversal 9. Last time we get a 9, we did get a slight correction, but this time we might not. Since the 1 went higher than the 9. 8 hour chart, we are on a 7 up with confirmation. 10 hour chart, we are on a 6 up with confirmation. 12 hour chart, we are on a 4 up with confirmation. 15 hour chart, we are on a 3 up with confirmation. So I just have to look once again on the 12 hour chart, see if there was a 9, there was not. So, okay. Intermediate time frame, we are on an up with confirmation 7 out of 7. So short and intermediate term are saying that we go higher. One day we are on a 1 up without confirmation. 1 up without confirmation. And so the 9 seems not to be having any effect on price, and we just go higher. Since the 1 went higher than the 9. On the 2-day chart, we are on a 5 up with confirmation. On the 3-day chart, we are on a 3 up with confirmation. On the 4-day chart, we are on a 2 up with confirmation. Here there was a 9, let's see. Yes, there was 9, and we have we had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles of 3 candles of correction, and now we are going higher. So the 9 is not active anymore. Let's go to the 5-day chart. We are on a 3 up with confirmation. 6-day chart. We are on a 7 up with confirmation. 1-week chart. We are on a 2 up with confirmation. So that says that we can expect a 9 on a weekly. So we could go up for 7 more weeks. So that makes more than 1 month, and that would be close to Litecoin's halving date. So actually, it says that we can go up for 1 more month. Now, what I think extremely difficult to believe is that we have no correction since we were at 3K. We just went up. And we had 1 9 and the second 9, and now we're working on the third 9. So that to me is quite unbelievable. And I don't know how much more we can have of that kind of uptrend. Because if you go on like this, we will be in no time at 20K. I mean, it took us last time, it only took us 1 to 3 weeks to be at 20K. So in 3 weeks, we could be at 20K. So actually, around Litecoin's happening, I'm just talking about that because I saw somebody make a video about Litecoin, and it interested me. But I mean, that's crazy stuff. It's just crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff to think that we only need 3 more weeks to be at 20K. To me, that's totally insane. So I don't expect us to go up straight to 20K. But I don't, I mean, it's a tough call. Can we stay at this level or beyond for 1 month? Can we stay around here for 1 month without crashing? And I'm not sure we can. I'm actually not sure we can. I'm not sure that that's possible. Anyways, let's move on. 3 more weeks and we are 20Ks if we keep that bull market in place, but that's just insane. Without any correction, huh? From 3K to 20K without any correction. Keep that in mind. Just straight up, never anything else than straight up. And to think that we won't get a correction up to 20K is, to me, it's totally insane. It's totally insane, but it could be possible now. It could be possible. Now let's take a look at the 2-week chart. You are on an 8 up with confirmation. Let's take a look at the 3-week chart. You are on a 5 up with confirmation. The 1 month chart. You are on a 4 up with confirmation. The 2 month chart. You are on a 1 up without confirmation. That candle was just huge. The last 2 candles were insane. Totally insane. I mean, 1 more candle like this and you are 20K. Easy, easy, easy. So in 1 month, we could be at all-time highs. Just insane. And we don't get a correction. And it's still, until now, I didn't see it. I mean, it still hasn't started. 3 month chart, 1 up without confirmation, and 4 month chart. So that changed. We're even more bullish now than we were last time I looked. Last time you were on a 3 down without confirmation, and now you're in a 1 up without confirmation. So long term, you went fully bullish. Everything, 13 out of 13, everything is pointing up, and most of them have confirmations. So it is just from a chart perspective, it's just insane. It's insane. It is so bullish that you cannot go beyond that kind of bullishness. There's nothing stopping it. It just goes into one direction since months. I mean, if I look at the weekly and take a time frame, we went just up since now nearly 119 days. We went straight up, and we made 219%. which is insane, without any correction. Just no correction coming. And a bit more of that, uptrend, and we will be at all-time highs. Okay, we have a lot of charts to look at, so let's move on. Here, there's no point taking a look because the EMAs are all pointing up, so they are all positive. I'll just jump. There's no point looking at them. The SMAs, you had a golden cross here, and you will get a golden cross in a couple of months. So here we are not 100% bullish because according to me, we are only bullish when the yellow is above the green and the green above the red one. And we still need the second golden cross in order for that to be true. And that will only happen in 3 weeks. So that's for the SMA. It's still positive. We are just missing one golden cross. So 2 out of 3 positive. Here, the first copper curve turned positive. And that's a good sign. Now you can see it clearly. But the other two are still pointing down. Last one, I think it's an ADX curve. Yes, it is. So this is still 2 out of 3 are pointing down. So that is still bearish. Here we have Bollinger. So I don't think there's much point in looking into the short-term time frames, but I'll still take a look at them. So we are positive on the 2 hour. If the 2 hour is positive, I guess everything will be positive. If the 2 hour is positive, everything should be positive. So yeah. Then let's just move on. No point keeping looking at it if it's positive. If the 2 hour is positive, everything else will be positive. Here we have one more, the 6 hour, and we are also positive. What is important to me is that we maintain that moving average, and for now we do. So we are still in a bull trend. Now let's take a look at I guess that's MACD. Let's take a look at MACD. So I want to see what the shorter time frames are doing. The 2 hour is negative. The 4 hour is positive. And I guess the rest will be positive, but I'll still take a look. The 6 hour is positive. The 1 day is positive. Then the 1 week will be positive too. And the 1 month is positive. So everything is positive for MACD, except 2 hour. So you're positive 5 out of 6. Here we have stochastic and Kaufman. So I'll start with Kaufman moving average. On the weekly, we are positive, but I want to take a look at the small time frames. On the 2 hour, we are positive. On the 4 hour, we are positive. So if the 2 hour and the 4 hour is positive, the rest should be positive too. Let's just jump. Let's just take a look at the 1 month. The 1 month is now positive. It was flat last time I looked at it, but it's positive. So Kaufman is fully positive, 6 out of 6. Let's take a look at stochastic. 2 hour is negative. Four hour is negative. I'm waiting for the 6 hour. It's not showing up, so that's unfortunate. Let's see if I can get the 1 day. I actually wanted to look at the stochastic, so to me it's bad that we are not showing up. There it comes. Let's take the 6 hour. Let's see if this just went back to 6 hour. Let's see if it's now showing up or not. One of them did, but I'm still missing the other one. Oh, come on, come on, come on. How am I supposed to work with that kind of technology? I mean, I pay a lot for internet connection. Fiber optics, the best of the best you can get, and it still sucks. It still sucks. Just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Sometimes I hate living in the retarded time frame we live in. I mean, nothing seems to work. There are days where you look and just nothing seems to work. Our transportation sucks. Our housing sucks. Our climate is screwed up. I mean, it's either too hot or too cold. Everything. I'm just no. That's not what I mean. But I mean, the temperature regulation of our houses are really bad. I mean, nobody did think it through. From architecture, from a technical point of view, you can make much better than what we have, but much better. So it's just frustrating to see that kind of shortcoming and inconsistency, and why we cannot build stuff that really works. Why everything needs to break down as soon as you touch it. It's just frustrating beyond the means. Let's take a look again at 6 hour. Yes, this time we get it. So I have to ask a couple of times, but in the end we get it. So Now, are we bullish or bearish? We are bearish on stochastic 6 hour. It's negative. 1 day is positive. 1 week is hard to say, but I can take a closer look and see what is going on. It is positive, the first one, and the second one is flat. So let's give it a positive. So 1 week, I'm looking at the 1 week. Yes, it is positive. It was negative last time I looked at, but now it's positive. And let's finish with the 1 month. 1 month is positive. 1 week, we, as you can see, I have here a long and short indication. It gave you a bullish trade here, and now it's telling you to go short. So I don't know how much weight to give it, but it was not too bad over the past time period. So here you did get a long, but then it told you to go short. It tells you to go long, it tells you to go short. Here it tells you to go long until here. Then you have a flip, but it tells you to go long again. You have a flip again, but it tells you to go long. Here you have a flip, it tells you to go long. And here you have a short, and it only told you to go long here. So it was not too bad over the past period of time, and now it's telling you to go short. So be aware of that. That indicator is telling you to go short. I think it has something to do with the Kaufman moving average, but I'm not sure. Anyways, it tells you to go short. But the chart look still very bullish. Now let's take a look at the 1 day. We are bearish actually. We are negative because that candle was a harami. Let's take a look at the 1 week. We are positive. And 1 month. Last time I looked at the 1 month, it was positive, and now there's no more positive indicator. So the last one got now is a negative indicator. So here it was bearish engulfing, but that's a long time ago. So there was a positive sign, now it's gone. So let's give it a flat. I don't want to give it a negative because it's the last negative indicator was too long ago. Let's give it a flat. Next indicator is RSI band. I guess everything is positive, but let's still take a look at 3 hour. Yes, it's extremely positive. So let's jump to the next indicator. Here we have Madrid moving average, RSI, MACD, momentum indicator, and directional momentum index. So you did get an indication to go short here because we hit the ADX, and every time we hit the ADX, we did get a correction in the past. So if you go through history, here we did get a correction, we did get a correction, we hit again, we did get a correction. Every time the correction is between 30 and 40% we did get a correction. And we hit the last time here, and we did get a correction. Now we did hit and we have not yet got a correction of 30 or 30%. So this is strange, but there's nothing I can say to it other than we should get a correction and we did not get a correction. Everything else is positive. I don't think there's any point looking to the 6 hour, but let's still take a look. So the 6 hour is extremely positive on every time frame. So everything is positive for that chart. Nothing scary here, other than we should have gotten a correction a couple of weeks ago and we did not. And sometimes it takes a little time before we do get the correction, but we end up getting the correction. So if I look at this, and if I take that indicator right, and I tell myself we should have gotten correction, we did not get the correction, then we still should get the correction. So according to that, I don't think we can hold 1 month before getting the correction. Looking at that, I do not think that it's possible to hold 1 month before we get a correction, because normally it goes faster than that. I mean, you hit here and you start going straight down. You hit, you start going straight down. Here you hit and you start going straight down. Then you hit again. Okay, here it took some time. It took some time before you went down to 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then you went down. But you did not make new highs. It took 4 weeks and then you went down. Now it took already 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the 5th week and we still did not go down. So either this time is the only exception where it does not work, or we should get a correction very soon, very soon. Even before that, it worked. I don't know if I have put it up, but we can do it quite fast. So here we hit a couple of times. The last time we hit was here, and we went down. So as you can see, the last time we hit was here. And we went down, it was the top. Here we did hit once, and we did not go down. We were still in an uptrend. Then we hit one more time, and we go. It was close to the highs. Or it was not the highs, but it was close to the highs. We went down, and that's very far away in the past. But there was also a small correction. So this time that's too old to me to take note. But normally that indicator works. I mean, when you hit, you do get a correction, and we overdue for a correction. So here we did hit, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. We're on the 5th week without a correction, and that's scary. That's scary to me. I mean, this tells me that the correction should be coming. It always worked with 100% accuracy. I have never seen any hit without any correction. So I don't know how come that this time we hit the ADX and we did not go down until now. To me, that's not reasonable. Next indicator. So this is my stop in reverse, and 3 week is positive. So it tells me that the bear market has ended. Just take a look at the 2 week, how far it's away. We're here at the 2 week. Until as long as we keep above it, we are bullish. Here we have fractals and OXO. So let's take a look at the 6 hour. 6 hour is negative. 12 hour is positive. 1 week went positive, finally went positive. 1 week finally went positive. It was negative last time I looked at it, but now it went positive. And 1 month is positive. So you are positive 3 out of 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. 3 out of 4. And if we look at OXO, I think everything is positive, but I'll check. Yes, everything is positive. So OXO is all positive. Here we do get an elastic volume, unbalanced volume, and Williams R, 2 unbalanced volume, 1 RSI. So we are positive everywhere on the 1 week, and the same thing can be said for the 6 hour. Yes. I'm just looking through my notes. I pressed the wrong button and went away, but now I have it again. So let's take a look at the next indicator. It's all positive on the 1 week, and 6 hour will be positive too, but let's take a look. Actually, this one is not positive. This one is negative. So net force is negative on the 6 hour, but the rest is positive. So nothing too scary there. Here you have one more indicator that for now is not working, and maybe I should throw it out because it was not working the last time too. It still says negative, but we are going up. Okay, let's talk again about corrections. So as you can see, I've pointed out when what I'm just looking what indicator it is, so I don't make a mistake telling you. It is this one, and that's the composite momentum index. So composite momentum index on 1 week, every time we went red, we did get a correction. Here, here, here. Okay, here not much, but when it was bigger, you did get a correction. Here, you did get a correction. Here you did get a correction. Here again, you did get a correction. Here you did get a correction. And here you did get the last final correction. So it went red here, and it's still negative. As long as it's negative, it's a bearish indicator, and it tells you that you should go down, that we should go down. I know that for now that's not really happening, but maybe all we did get was that week, and it will get green again. But for now, it's still blinking red. So that is to be aware about that indicator, that it's negative. Let's take a look at the 6 hour fast, but I think everything is positive. Positive, 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 and positive. 6 hours all positive. And let's finish with the 12-hour. Positive, 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 and positive. 12-hour, we are all positive. So except one indicator I showed you here, which is still negative, everything else is positive. One more indicator, one more page with indicators. We have the parabolic glitter, and it's everything is positive, and we are high according to market thermometer. So let's take a look at the 1 month. We are all positive and we are close to getting a high. No, the first one is not positive, but the rest is positive. And that one will only be positive once we go to all-time highs again, the first indicator. Now let's take a look at the 6 hour. We are all positive. But market thermometer is low. Let's take a look at the 1 day. We are all positive and market thermometer is high. And we did take a look at the 1 week. Okay, let's move on. So there's nothing scary until now, really scary. But I'm not sure that we can hold that price action. That level before getting a correction. Here we are all positive except the last indicator, which is negative. Everything else is positive. I can take a look at the 6 hour, but I think it's the same. Yes, we are all positive. And let's take a look at the 12 hour. We are all positive. Let's take a look at the 1 week. As I said, we are all positive, except the last indicator. And let's take a look at the 1 month. We are positive on the last two, but the second indicator is negative. Nothing has changed there. Okay, let's move on. Here, I'm going to take a look at 1 month Heiken Ashi, and 1 month is positive. 3 weeks is positive too, and that 1 month is positive tells me that I was looking actually at the other indicator. I was looking at the strategy MACD and RSI, and it's positive on 1 month, it's positive on 3 weeks. So it tells me that we are positive. If we look at the Heiken Ashi candles, on 1 month we are positive, and on 1 week we are positive, which is also, positive. What's there to say? Volume is the third indicator, this one. Volume on the 1 month is positive, and on the 1 week is also positive and looking healthy. And if we go to the last indicator, 1 week is positive and 6 hour is positive. So we are positive. There's nothing scary. And now an indicator that I like, a multi-indicator. We did not get the green flash, that is still missing, but we have now the second bullish golden cross. So that's positive. And we are starting to be in a full uptrend. I mean, the greens are above the red, which are above the blue, but we still have that one missing, but it's not the same. I mean, it's an SMS and ENM and EMA and SMA and an EMA. So they're both different types of indicators, but we still can cross that one. But anyways, that does not count as a golden cross. So we had both the golden cross, and we are just as we were here. And when we did get both the golden cross, it told us that the bull market has started. But here we were much lower. We were not so extremely high, overextended. And we also did get the green flash. So the green flash is still missing, but we have both the golden crosses. So for that indicator, we are now we are still missing one. Yeah, we're still missing the green flash, but the rest is positive. We're still missing that indicator, but the rest is positive. Here I want to talk about the correction, and as I did point it out here, it would be according to TA if we did get a correction here, because we went higher than 100, and every time we went higher than 100, we went down in the past. So as you can see, here we went higher than 100, and then we went down. A good entry point is when we are close to the line. So here you go down, you open a long position here, and here you can close the long position. Here you open it again, and here you can close the long position. So every time we go over 100, we go down. Here we go over 100, and we went down. So it can take quite some time, as it did here, before we went down. I mean, as long as we keep going up, it does not count. It is when the next week is trading lower that we start going down. As long as the next week is not trading lower, we still can go up. So we could go higher, but here, as you can see, you were higher. You went below 100, and then you went up again. You went up from just below 100. That's not the same case as we are in right now, because we went from under 20 up to 100. So that's already a very far, a huge distance. So it's not the same. So here again, we went higher, and then we went down. Here again, we went higher than 100, and we went down. Good entry points are always when you are close to the line. So I did flash some of them up. Here we went higher, and we went down. So here's again a good entry point. Then here you exit the the long position, you enter the long position here again when you get close to the line. And here last time we went over 100 and it was the end of the bull market. So now we are again over 100, but we are still missing the next, but we still have to see if next week is trading below that week or not. Next week, will we be higher or will we be lower? If we are lower, we should go down. But for now, it's too early to say, because next week actually we could go higher again. We could still get 4 weeks of that go higher than this week, and then I have to adjust, and we only get the correction maybe in 4 weeks. So I don't know if the correction comes next week or in 4 weeks. But normally you don't open a long position when you're overextended like this. I mean, it's scary. It's just scary. You are very far away from the green line, and when you're that far away, you keep going to the you head back to the green line. Let's look at the next indicator. That was ADX mostly. And now let's look at Dow phases, Elliott wave, and impulse oscillator, and it's all positive. On the 1 week, we can take a look at the 6 hour, but I think it's all positive. And yes, it is. Here we have a good looking chart too. It is Ichimoku, and as you can see, we are still negative because the arrow is pointing down, and we are negative because we are in the cloud, but we are very close of breaking out of the cloud. I mean, we are actually testing the upper band of the cloud. If we keep at this level or we go a little higher, we will be out of the cloud. You have one more Ichimoku, and we are positive because we have the arrows below. We are positive because we have the zeros above the candles, but we are still in the cloud. However, we are close of breaking out of the cloud, which would be a strong indication that the bear market is over and that we have started a long uptrend. You have one more Ichimoku, which is all positive. And this one is also positive, but we are in the cloud, so one positive, one negative. And finally, my MAF indicator. And we are positive, next resistance level is higher. We'll be at, let's see if I can show you that. So we'll be at 11K. Next line will be at 11K. This gave you beautifully the bottom, but I did look at that indicator only afterwards, which is a pity. Here we have Oscar and NVT, and NVT is still negative. Oscar is positive. NVT is negative on the daily and the weekly. So that's not too good, but I mean, we were negative for a long time and we still went up for a long time. But that tells you that we should get a correction. Here we are positive on that one. On stop SRR, stop and reverse. I think we are positive on every one of them. And that's the case. So, and finally, your stop level according to safe zone and chandelier exit. So here you are at 7,700. That should be your stop for chandelier. And if we take a look at safe zone, your stop should be at 8,000, at 8K 100, around 8K 100, or 7K chandelier. And the last indicator is positive 2. So there's still a hyperwave on Bitcoin, which is negative, but everything else is positive. I mean, what disturbs me is that we went up so much without any correction. That is obsessing. It is really this obsess. It is disturbing. So I don't know if we can keep that level before correction, or if we go any higher, say 11K and on and beyond before we crash. But I mean, it's not sustainable to just go up without any correction ever. So I mean, there are corrections. There always were corrections, and we should get a correction again. That's all I can say. So maybe I'll take a look at Litecoin. I don't know right now. I'll see. And if I do, I'll maybe make a video about it. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time, and bye-bye.